Alright people, what's going on? It's TRB and I'm going to make my video about the corporate dude's first video. It's a blowout right there because of the sunlight. But basically how I look at it is like this. Look, whenever you have somebody that's in a higher position tell you not to aim for the position that they're in, that's a problem. Heard me say on a couple live feeds, his way to get to the position that he's in is going to be different for me. It's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for a lot of different people. We all assuming that he went to college and that's how he got the position that he's in. I'm just going to say that we learn our lessons from experience, and that's what we out here is experiencing. It took for me to be a truck driver to realize that I could be more than just a truck driver, that I can be a business owner, that I can be a boss, that I can make more money than what I'm making as an employee. That touches on the next thing that he stated was he treated his guys good as employees. Check this out. Everybody don't want to be an employee. Some people want to aspire to be more. Some people want to be a boss. Some people don't want to be a subordinate for the rest of their lives. So that's the reason why we are out here like fish out of water, flopping all over the place, trying to understand and figure out how we can make the most amount of money, how we can in the trucking industry, how can we become a boss basically in this trucking industry. Some people don't mind being employees, and that's perfectly fine, but there's a few people out there that want to aspire to be more. We don't have no way, nothing is handed to us. We are aware of that. So that's why we come out here. Many of us, it took trucking to open up that part of life that we can actually be more than just an employee. So that's why we are in trucking trying to do it. We are learning from experience. We're learning from doing it. It's kind of like, going to a trucking school. They teach you how to get your Class A CDLs, and then they put you with a mentor. Then your mentor helps you learn how to operate the equipment. Then you go out solo. Then while you're out solo, you learn how to operate the equipment, seeing the money you can make. Then you would go buy a truck or go lease. Leasing is just it's just school. It's on the job training is what you're watching a lot of us YouTubers do. We're doing on the job training. We're learning from the experience that we're going through as a truck driver. I did the video a few times, but I had to kind of take the emotion out, because when you're emotional, you start to say stuff like fuck that, fuck him, fuck you, fuck that, fuck this, and fuck them, so to speak. And that's not my style. So I'm just gonna give you what I'm thinking off the top of my head, and I'm gonna take the emotion out and just think logically. Not even logically. This is just the feelings are still there because this is my personal opinion. This is how I feel about what he said. So he said that we're missing the mark so bad. But here's the thing, that we don't have a mark. We don't know how to do what it is that we're trying to do. We are out here just trying to figure it out as we go on the job training. So by us bickering back and forth, arguing about what's the best way to do things, for the people out there that are aware enough to understand that if you can pick apart the information of people going back and forth, you'll end up learning a lot. So as far as the comments go, you can't really go based off the comments, because due to the fact that there's people out there with anonymity, people out there will say anything on the internet and in the comments because they are not being held accountable for what they're saying. It's just a picture and some letters. So don't base it off the comments, base it off the strive that the people that you're watching are trying to make. No matter if you're YTTA, RTI, STA, Team RG, no matter what group you are, what race you are, what color you are, what gender, your sexual orientation, your religious background, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is what a few group of people are trying to do, and what we're trying to do is give out the information that we've come across as we do what it is that we're trying to do, and that's become a boss. Now he said that we don't understand the game, right? But at the end of the day, you don't understand that a lot of people that are on YouTube was never given the game. We don't understand what the game is. We're trying to figure out what the game is. A lot of us on here, especially like you watch Trucker Brown, you watch me, you watch Lil Shine, even when you watch probably like Lil Guy, Lil Dog, who else is trying to be, when you watch that crazy guy, all these other YouTubers, all we're doing is we're trying to change the generational stigma of go be an employee, work hard, That's what we was raised with. Work hard. When we realize that the work we're doing is to benefit somebody else, and we want to see how it can benefit us. So what we're doing is trying to break that work hard, and we're trying to understand what work smart is. And by us going through these trials and tribulations and working as a blue collar, trying to become a white collar individual, we'll be able to pass that knowledge on not only to the people that are following us on YouTube, but to the people that matter in our lives, such as our children. You know, we're trying to create something from nothing, and so that's why we're out here probably missing the mark that you set. But see, that again, that's the mark that you set. Our mark is, and the way that we see things is, what do we need to do? How do we need to learn it? And how can we become financially stable in order to do what it is we want to do? These are the lanes that we're taking to get there. All right, what else did he say? Vaping. If you don't understand vaping, I'll give you some analogies. For the person who that has an alcohol problem, they drink non-alcoholic beer, right? For the people who don't want to gain a lot of calories, they drink skinny drink. What's that? Skinny alcohol or whatever. You know, it's kind of like kale. Vaping is like kale and lettuce. It's perceived to be healthier and better benefits, so that's why we do it. Honestly, I feel a whole lot better vaping than I do smoking a cigarette. It's considered. We don't know the facts because the research ain't been done, but it's considered a healthy alternative. I mean, for the simple fact that when I get out the truck, I don't smell like cigarettes or smoke. Now, some people just say, well, stop smoking. Well, this is my niche. This is my niche. This is my, what's the word I'm looking for? This is my habit. That and eating, as you can tell, bang, bang. But, so I'm trying to find a healthier way in order so, you know, I won't give my kids secondhand smoke and different things like that. Find something that I enjoy, and that's why I vape. That's why a lot of people vape. It's a healthy alternative. You don't even have to get nicotine in it. You just want that flavor, the sensation of inhaling. But if you don't smoke, you probably won't understand that. But then again, you know, hey, to each his own. What else did he say? I mean, he said things like, first of all, if there's anybody out there that watched that video that worked for him, that's a slap in the face. What he said is he treat his guys good. He treat his subordinates good. So it's kind of like stay company. And for somebody in your position to tell somebody else that's trying to become, trying to be in a position that you're in to stay company, that's a slap in the face. So all his employees was basically, no, you're good with the title that I gave you. Stay where you're at. What I'm giving you is enough for you to survive on. And some people want to do more than survive. Some people want to flourish. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with being an employee. There's nothing wrong with being a subordinate, however you want to look at it. But you do got a few people out here that's trying to understand the game. That's what it is. So, did we miss the mark? There's nothing for us to miss because there's nobody in our family. Most people that you're watching, they don't own businesses. They are an employee of somebody. Now, they might be making good money as an employee of somebody, but they're still an employee. I have one person in my family that's a successful business owner, and he does photography. So it's not even compared to the industry that I'm in. But he still would have knowledge on how to do things like handle money. So these conversations that we're having about taxes is important. It's the reason why Trump won't release his taxes, because he figured out how to do it so good to where he probably don't even have to pay taxes, and that's what we're trying to do. Now, how do we do that? 1, read. 1, 2, listen. 3, participate in what it is that we're doing. So that's why I put up a video about the taxes. I didn't know I could write off my laundry. I didn't know I could write off this, and I didn't know I could write off that. But just because I put that little bit of knowledge out there and somebody picked it up, that made somebody just that much smarter. So don't shit on us fish out of water. Because we don't want to be employees all our life. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. Again, don't ever let nobody tell you what you should do or can't do, especially when they're not in the position that they're in. They're not in your shoes. Are 98% of the leases horrible? Absolutely. I would never lease with KLLM. It's not for me. 80 cents a mile just doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, I turn around and lease with Interstate, where I take a load that's $2.50, but my backhaul is 84 cents. But it's the potential that I can make more. When you drive per mile, that's it. That's all you can make. And and saying that, some people, yeah, they can gross 150,000, but you're still only going to bring home 50, 60,000. But at least they did it, right? Right? And now they know next year how to make more money. They understand why they got that 50, 60,000 that first year. Businesses fail all the time. Like you said, the game is set up for you to fail. Anytime you're starting a business, you're taking a risk. Some people are willing to take that risk. Some people are not. And for you to tell people not to take that risk, I mean, you are the owner of a trucking company. Let's touch on, he said it all once. We're going to give you, oh, you want more home time? I'm going to give you what you want. The funny part about it is he wanted to make that video, and he wanted to own a trucking company. He want his guys to get that load there on time. By using the word want and structuring it the way that you did, sir, that's the one thing. Look where I'm at. See that guy right there? He wants to get a paycheck. And what does he trade for that paycheck? His livelihood, his time. See this guy over here on this forklift? Look, check this out. Check that guy out. I don't know if y'all can see him. See that guy over there on that forklift? Guess what he wants? He wants to make an income to provide for his family. So, by saying we're going to give you what you want, or at least you're going to, I'm assuming you was stating that we're going to dress it up and make you think like you're getting what you want. At the end of the day, you wanted to be an owner of a trucking company. We come in this world with wants. Once we come out of our mother, we want to survive. A tree wants to grow. Plants want to survive. Bees want honey. My lady wants money. So, I want to succeed in life. I want to leave something for my kids. And being an employee, I can't comfortably leave anything for my kids. You'll be able, if you were to die today, you'll be able to leave a company for your children to run, your wife to run, where they can still gain income. Some of us people that come out here and drive trucks, if we were to die today, we'll leave a bill. And some people don't want that. Oh, you can have life insurance. Well, life insurance wants you to sign up just in case. But the key word is want. Want is inevitable. I want to breathe. My body wants oxygen. It wants food. And I want to go poop. So saying wants is irrelevant, sir. It's about gaining the knowledge and being able to start a lineage. It's be able to start generational wealth. And you're in a position right now because somebody, a blue collar individual like ourselves, sacrificed and gave you the knowledge. Meaning, if you did go to college, that book that you read, well, that person got that knowledge from somebody and somebody. At the end of the day, somebody has to go through the BS in order to get the proper knowledge they need in order to succeed. So what else did he touch on? If you think a business care about you, you're somewhat wrong. They care about you because they want you to continue to produce and to provide profit for them. Everybody knows that. That's the reason why you go to work. You don't go to work thinking this company's not going to make any profit. You don't do that. That's the company's job to make profit. Just like when I got my company, and when I'm ready to go ahead and become a boss, I want my company to make profit. It's just how much of it you're trying to take. In the words of Trucker Brown, you're going to take the whole 11 inches? You know what I'm saying? Eventually you got to come up off that thing and only take 9 inches. And then the more you learn, you're going to take, and then to where you become, you get off of it and you turn around and you stick it out there for other people to get on. Oh, man. So I thank him, though. I thank him for putting out that video. The video was very interesting to see from the other side of the steering wheel. But you don't even know how to drive trucks, so I don't even think you understand the sacrifices that we make. You get an idea of what we're doing, but you don't know you probably don't know what it feels like to sleep in a truck on the off ramp in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the 95 out here on the West Coast, the 395, you just pull over in some dirt and go to sleep. You close the curtains, anything can happen to you. You get abducted by aliens and get probed and put back in your truck. We're in locations where there's no civilization. You know, and you might not grasp that. You might understand it, but you don't understand it. And what I mean by that is, if you have never almost drowned, then you don't know what it feels like to be without oxygen. You know, when you do go on your trips and stuff like that, I would definitely like you just to pull into the back of the truck stop, not the front where everybody's moving and it's commotion and commerce is being done. Go to the back and look at all the trucks parked back there. That's away from their families, their friends, and they're out here doing what they feel like they need to do in order to provide for themselves, not only themselves, but for the people that they feel is worthy and need to, you know, just drive back there and look at all the trucks with the curtains closed, and look at the trucks with the guys sitting in the driver's seat reading a book or watching TV or just looking at the parking lot. Do it. Check it out. And understand the sacrifice that they are making for your profit. You know? Like I said, I had to take the emotions out of it. And I want him to understand that everybody don't want to be an employee for the rest of their life. Eventually you want to be your own man and stop depending on you. And by you, I just mean corporate, like the big companies. Gotta elevate, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with elevating. Ain't nothing wrong with stepping the game up. But again, don't tell somebody not to aspire to be in the position that you're in. It's crazy. You know? It's crazy. And don't let nobody else try to tell you what you can't do, man. Oh my God, that's the part that bothered me when he said to stay an employee. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So you telling me not to take the time to learn how to be a business owner? Just drive my trucks, deliver my freight, make me all the money. You can get these pennies, because that's what we work for. CPM, cents per mile. You can get these pennies, and I'll be a successful guy sitting in the room with beautiful decorative, you know, items behind me, with my plaque on the wall and my statues, and, you know, my kids that are in private school, and, you know, my wife that's well off. She probably don't even have to work anymore. You know. And then I'm gonna tell you not to try to do what OTRB doing. Nah. I'm out here to get people out of situations. And plus, we're used to people telling us not to aspire to be anything. That's just the nature that's the part of society that we're come from. Don't aspire to be anything but a worker. You go to school to learn how to work. You go to college to work for somebody. You go do this. But at the end of the day, like I said, you got people out there that want to aspire to be more. And I'm one of them. Trucker Brown's one of them. Lil Sean's one of them. That crazy guy's one of them. Little guy's one of them. Little Dog is one of them. Pamela May is one of them. You got a lot of people on here that's trying to be more than just an employee. But then you got some people on here. I ain't gonna say no names. I'm not taking a shot at Scooby-Doo, but he's happy as an employee. But that's his thing, you know? That's his thing. And again, there's nothing wrong with being I'm not taking a shot at Scooby-Doo with that. I'm just using him as an example of somebody who's satisfied as being an employee. He makes enough to where he's comfortable, and that's perfectly fine. But you got some people out here that want to be bosses. You got some people that want to be employees. And there's nothing wrong with either. One path is a little bit harder. One path is already set up for you. As long as you do what they say and how they want you to do it. You know? And by they, I mean corporate. It's TRB. That's me taking the emotion out of what it is. When I heard him talk, he said he's going to rub some people the wrong way. You absolutely rub some people the wrong way. Absolutely. You know. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why again. It's because you told us to stay company and not to aspire to be more. Dude. That right there, that comment that I treat my guys good, them your guys. You're a boss. I'm assuming. So, yeah. All I suggest is when you continue to make videos, just be aware of that. You got people out here that's trying to be in the position that you're in or be above the position that you're at. And never tell somebody who's striving to be more than a field hand that he can't be master. Yeah, I feel like throwing a little race in there, but as far as your race goes, I don't think your race has anything to do with anything. You might have a few more connections because of where you was raised at, or the school that you went to, or the fraternity that you might be a part of, but you don't understand how the common man can move up in the game. That is what you're witnessing. And it might seem absolutely baffling that we're doing it, but we're doing it. It's going to take us a little bit longer. Might have to work a little bit harder, think a little bit longer, work a little bit smarter. But we're going to be business owners. Guaranteed. And there's nothing that you can say that's going to deter that, sir. That drive and ambition is stubborn in us. It's stubborn. You know, and the only thing that can stop us from trying to pursue the dreams and ambitions that we have is our personal circumstances and situations. But we're going to use every company that we go to learn. We're going to use every situation to learn. We're going to use every dollar to provide and invest. And we're going to use every argument, every debate, every time somebody disagree with us. We're going to ask why. Because we are smart enough to entertain, and we're brave enough to get on YouTube and entertain, and smart enough to understand the knowledge that is given to us, regardless of how it's given to us. Because I picks it apart. You know, don't go lease, just go buy a truck. Well, I don't have the money to buy a truck. Well, they got this lease purchase. What is a lease purchase? How does that work? Well, you know, you pay X amount for 4 years. I don't want to do it in 4 years. How can I do it quicker? How can I make sure it's legal and more efficient? How can I be more efficient in owning me a truck? Well, go with a company where you can pick your own freight. You're in control of your money. Okay, go with a company where I can pick my own freight and be in control of my money. Cool. Now, what do I need to do? I need to start a business. How do I start a business? Because I ain't got nobody I can call. Start a business. I could put up a picture of Nicki Minaj's backside and get 100 likes. I could put up a picture. And this is fact. This is the actual fact. I put up a picture of Nicki Minaj showing her ass, and I got 100 likes and 70 comments. I put a picture up of my LLC. 5, maybe 10 likes. And a few congratulations. Because people don't understand what it is that I'm trying to do. Telling people that you got a job somewhere will get you more praise than telling people that you started a business. It just is what it is. The nature of the beast, society that I grew up in. And please understand, my mother was a crackhead. I came out of her womb with methadone in my system before I got vaccines. You know what I'm saying? My dad's an asshole who worked as a diesel mechanic all his life. And guess what? He just had a stroke the other day. And if he was to die, what would he leave us? Nothing. But he worked hard all his life to provide for his family. And when he died, he has nothing to leave us. Nothing but advice. That's it. Son, this is what you should do. Well, I want to own a business. Well, he never done that. My mom died of alcoholism. So not only was she on drugs, alcohol. This is what I've been raised around. Now, I've been tossed around foster home, group home, juvenile hall, different things like that. So the society and the way that I grew up, there was nobody with drive and ambitions to be nothing more than a dope boy or a basketball player, football player, rapper. I'm just out here trying to do a little something different. It's TRB. Y'all be easy. Corporate dude, hope you understand. Hope you understand. We don't have a mark to aim to. We just fish out of water, trying to create something that hasn't been created for us. And we want people that looks like us with this melanated skin to give us that information, to show that it's possible, that we can do it. That we can do it. Everybody can do it. Black, white, Mexican, Asian descent, Samoan, goddamn Russian, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can do it. And showing the people somebody who's relatable, that's been in the situation that they in, that they can do it, is priceless for me anyway. It's priceless. You know, I give you an example. You look at Trucker Brown and you hear the way Trucker Brown talks and you immediately dismiss him. But if you go back and look at all his videos and actually listen to the videos and not the mannerisms, then you understand that he's passionate about what he's saying. You understand? He's passionate about what he's saying, and he's out there trying to do it. And he doesn't speak the corporate talk. Can he speak the corporate talk? Absolutely. I think he just chooses not to. But he's very smart. He's very intelligent. He's very ambitious. He doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. He vapes. He don't drink alcohol. He don't do drugs. He's not out there thugging, robbing, stealing. He's not out there beating. He's not out there doing the stereotypical thing that you, I guess, would see a person of his stature do. But people don't see that. People just see another black dude snapping, and they love it, but they're not listening. Listen. Hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Nobody told me this. This is what this is. Bang. Here. Nobody told me anything about being a broker. Excuse me. Nobody told me anything about being a broker, but here's the information that I have. Boom. Nobody told me about training, but here's the information that I have. Boom. Nobody told me how to manage money, but here's the information that I have. Boom. Listen to the message and get past the mannerisms. You know? Hey, nobody told me about investing. Nobody told me about an IRA. Nobody told me about CDs. Nobody told us this. There's nobody in our home, in our social circles, or that we grew up around that knows anything about that. I know I said I'm going to end this video a couple times, but this is why I'm going to end the video. Corporate dude, you're looking at some individuals that's fish out of water, flapping on land, trying to understand the game. And we don't want to continue to be a pawn in the game. We want to be able to play the game instead of be the game and get played. All right, it's TRB. Damn, 28 minutes of just rambling about that corporate video. Change the game, people. Change it. It's possible. I understand you probably need a little bit of motivation to do it. It'll come, just like it came for me. Like it came for Trucker Brown. Like it came for Lil Sean. It's coming. And it'll come for you one day. Grasp it. Grasp the kahunas. Grasp success by the